cheese, pizza, sausage.
So, Doc, what is a medicine show?
And I would ask the question, how many know what a traveling Indian medicine show was? And one or two would hold up their hands. And, well, you're older than you look. Okay, time for a short history lesson before we do the show. During the 1800s, particularly from around 1840 through the turn of the century, there were individuals and groups going around referred to as traveling Indian medicine shows. Traveling? Well, that's what they did. Went from town to town, usually by horse-drawn wagon, really the country's first RVs. Show, that's how they gathered the crowds. They provided free entertainment. Now you have to remember there was a time before there were things like radio, television, movies, Walkman, video games. So when entertainment came to an area, it was a really big deal. People would come from miles around to see the medicine show. Indian medicine, believe it or not, that's how they made their money, by selling their so-called snake oil remedies. The medicines they claimed would cure absolutely everything and anything. Now the best thing about most of those, that could be said about most of those medicines, was that they did no harm. Not true in all cases, and some of them were laced with laudanum, which was an opium derivative, much like morphine. How could they hurt someone? Well, suppose someone had appendicitis. They could start taking this medicine and the pain would ease, so they would think whatever the condition was being cured until it was too late and the appendix burst. So some of them could do a lot of harm. Actually, most of them were about 90% alcohol. Wouldn't cure you, but if you drank enough of it, you wouldn't care. Even the ladies from the Women's Christian Temperance Union would buy the medicine. Now, they wouldn't be caught dead with wine or liquor in the house, most of which were 50% alcohol, but they would buy those medicines, which were sometimes 90% alcohol, because, of course, it was for medicinal purposes. Where did I go from there? Now, the guys that fronted the shows would dress in a whole bunch of different ways. Some of them wore buckskins. You know, they looked like Davy Crockett. They pretended they had lived with the Indians or been Indian scouts, and that's where they got the formula for the medicine. Dressing was a Quaker. As a Quaker was a popular one. They would wear the all-black suit, the big broad-brimmed hat, like the guy in the front of your oatmeal box. The Quakers were supposed to be very honest people. So, of course, if there's a Quaker on stage telling you the medicine's good, you're going to believe him. And a lot of them dressed like the man of science of that day, the doctors, the dentists, the lawyers, the college professors. They wore the gray striped trousers similar to these. They would usually wear a vest. A lot of times it was gold lame. And the dress code for men during much of that period was a long frock-style coat, and I'd reach over and grab the coat. You've probably seen pictures of Abe Lincoln wearing this style coat. Now, of course, this one, which was designed for my show by the costume department at Northwestern University, is sort of the Hollywood version. The red trim, of course, is Hollywood, and I put the coat on. And the dress hat for men during much of that period was a top hat, and the top hat's been sitting on top of the wagon. I'd reach over and take the top hat. Now, the guys doing the medicine shows would often decorate the hats with Indian feathers or Indian jewelry to get across that idea of Indian medicine. And I put the top hat on. Now, if you had attended one of those early medicine shows, it probably would have started something like this. And now I'm standing there in the full outfit. And then it would start, you know, hurry, 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 step right up, ladies and gents. Welcome to Doc Morrissy's Traveling Indian Medicine Show. Introducing Doc Morrissy's magical, splendiferous swamp oil elixir. That medical miracle, that medicinal marvel. Why, it's the medical wonder of the age. Cures 97 of the worst diseases known to mankind, friends. Set the bottle down. Plus count them. 1, 2, 3 diseases not yet discovered by modern medical science. Yes, friends, it's an all-natural, God-given, great tasty, quick acting, easy to use, all-purpose tonic, rejuvenate and restore blood purifier. And spot remover. It cures arthritis, bursitis, conjunctivitis, loose corns, calluses, warts, and gravy stains. Cures stigmatism, rheumatism, wherever it is, whatever it is, cures dandruff, fallen arches, and spots before your eyes. Why, my friends, I heard that, lady. You say you don't have spots before your eyes? Don't be so hasty. It's a very common problem. In fact, it's such a common problem. Oh, and I would have confetti there, and I'd throw the confetti in the air. I dare say some of you are suffering from that condition to this very moment. It's such a common condition. The wonderful folks over at Kickapoo Indian Medicine Company, they're doctors, medicos, they're scientists, they're think tankers, have come up with a very special eye test, a portable eye chart for that specific condition of spots before your eyes. Then I would go to what's next, and that would
Right.
start the show.
That's terrific.